Mystic Star Zones, the King's Council returns. Tonight we're back in Draeda for the return of the King's Council, hosted by Jackson. The council brought players together to look at what had changed since the previous meeting, and to decide where Draeda should go next. And one thing became clear pretty quickly. The last council actually mattered. Players had asked for more events, improved storage, more villains, and changes to mining. Jackson went through those requests, and showed how each had been addressed in one form or another. Recent events included the Golden Fire Fishing Tournament and Shadow's Gem Hunt, along with regular supply drops, Armageddon riddles, 3 new casino games, and the arrival of a new dragon, Ashwing. Storage systems also received fixes, including improvements to container ownership and item writing, sealing, and entitling. Mining may be one of the more interesting changes. Instead of repeatedly heading to one cave, ore and forage nodes now spawn throughout the open world. I like that direction because Draeda already has a large world to explore. Systems that send players back out into that world give all of those roads, forests, and distant locations more purpose. Jackson summed up the importance of the council by telling players that when they speak in this room, their ideas go somewhere. Everyone attending also received a golden dragon egg as a participation reward. The egg has no expiration and provides 3 uses, with each use summoning a dragon to fight alongside the player for 10 minutes. Then the floor opened for another round of community feedback. Shmergal raised concerns about the long escape command cooldown when players become stuck or run into trouble while mounted. Horse prices also came up, with Serenet suggesting a discount for repeat buyers. When my turn came, I suggested NPC delivery quests that send players from town to town. It was a pretty simple idea. Give players a reason to make a journey across Draeda instead of remaining around the same locations. Jackson's response was that he'd build a first pass, and that was probably my favorite moment of the council. I came in with a one-line idea, and within the meeting it had already become something that might be added to the world. Serenet then expanded on the concept by suggesting dialogue for the delivery quests. She also brought up additions to cooking, with Shadow G suggesting cornbread as a possible new recipe, and the council discussed creating more incentive for players to team up for hard and expert crystal cores. Before the meeting ended, Jackson previewed 2 activities currently in development. The first is raidable homes. NPC guarded houses would appear in the wilderness with special loot inside, potentially including a HUD-based lockpicking system. The second is Hunger Games, which is already mostly built, with its arena and foliage currently in RPG Gate. Both ideas continue something I noticed throughout the meeting. The focus isn't necessarily on making Draeda bigger. It's on putting more things to do inside the world that's already here. That's particularly interesting for Mystic Star Zones because we've spent a lot of time simply traveling through these places. A delivery quest, a resource node, or a raidable house can turn somewhere we've passed a dozen times into somewhere worth visiting again. Jackson closed the council by thanking everyone who participated and credited BlueMax with helping make Draeda's revival possible. I came into the meeting mostly expecting to listen and see what everyone else wanted from the world. Instead, we left with new ideas under consideration, 2 upcoming activities previewed, and our own town-to-town delivery idea headed toward a first version. That's probably the best argument for the King's Council itself. You don't have to arrive with some enormous plan for the future of Draeda. Sometimes one small idea is enough to give players another reason to head down the road. This is Charlie with Mystic Star Zones. We'll see where that road through Draeda takes us next.